Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So we've got the big boy, LR Cellmax. Cellmax finally gets a card here in Dokkan that we can actually use ourselves. Obviously, there's been several different boss fights here. Cellmax is a yellow coin LR. I mean, that'll be good because he is going to have pity. We can see that he's got a pretty crappy leader skill, but I mean, him being STR and Artificial Life Form, he potentially could be very good for the Beast Gohan Artificial Life Form mission in Supreme Battle Spectacle. Looking at his stats, his defense is high, HP is good, and his attack is kind of normal for summonable LR. So he's got good stats, right? All right, let's jump in. We got translations from the homie Goresh. Let's see how good Cellmax is. Before we look at this, the big thing about Cellmax is I don't mind if he's going to be restricted to, like, super bosses. He's Yellow Coin LR. I do kind of expect that. But I do hope that he fits well on super bosses. Which they don't need an offensive powerhouse. We need defense here. Just like if he's the most boring generic slot 1 defensive unit ever, that's really good. So leader skills, Artificial Life Form, and super bosses category key for 150% of stats. 12 key, he gets 50% attack for 1 turn, colossal damage. 18 key, 50% attack for 1 turn, med colossal damage to all enemies, so he's an AoE. And he greatly lowers attack and defense. That's good. I mean, debuffs, attack debuffs are good for Kid Buu, good for Gogeta. Defensive debuffs can be good for the Supreme Battle Spectacle Trunks. So there's a couple of fights that could be good. And no defense, though. So let's see what the passive looks like. So he has his intro. If there's another Artificial Life Form or Super Bosses category ally on the team, that shouldn't be tough at all. And for 3 turns, he gets 100% attack and defense. Oh, guaranteed guard is part of the intro, huh? Okay, guard. And an additional has a high chance to be a super. He gets 5 key, 300% stats at the start of turn. I mean, that's a lot. His stats are good, so he's getting 300%, sure. I mean, Beast, like, you could see how the trajectory is going up. Because Beast was just 250, wasn't he? I think Beast is 250%. Yeah, Beast is just at 250%. So we're just slowly going up. Now Cellmax is 300% start of turn. Then he gets 1 key, 20% attack per attack performed. He does have a built-in additional already, okay. Up to 5 key, 100% attack. 1 key, 20% defense per attack received. Oh, good, dude. Yeah, great. Max of 5 key, 100% defense. Okay. Gets an additional, has a high chance to be a super. Oh, just another one built in. So already, I mean, like, with this intro, so he's going to have the additional for the first 3 turns, right? So he'll be able to quad attack. So he'll be able to build up the attack part of his passive like that. That should be pretty quick. Then he gets 250% defense, 30% damage reduction if all allies on the turn are Artificial Life Form, Super Bosses, or Movie Bosses. Okay, you're going to need that, and it's not going to be a mix. It's going to have to be one of the 3. So he's only going to be good specifically running him on these category teams. Then he gets 250% attack and 30% crit if there's no superhero category ally in the turn. That's fun. Dude, they're gonna have to start making this to counter Beast, dude. That's the anti-Beast Gohan part of a passive. This doesn't hurt him, right? But, like, that's hilarious. Yeah, we gotta figure out a way to get this bastard off these teams somehow. Yeah, okay. All right, we've reached the point in the year where they're like, all right, maybe it's time to calm him down a bit. Again, I don't know. I mean, here, where is the... So again, his categories, he's on Artificial Life Form, Super Boss, Movie Boss, Android. I believe his Final Trump card is Final Trump card, right? Yeah, Final Trump card, and then Battle of Fate. I guess Battle of Fate is a team where they could have been on together. Okay, so just off of this, how good is he? He's going to be really strong defensively at the start of turn, right? Lynx, Android Assault, Infighter, Berserker, Big Bad Bosses, Nightmare, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power, yeah. Android Assault would really help. Here's the thing about this, though. So maybe we could run him on Artificial Life Form. The Gammas hurt him, because the Gammas are superhero. So the Gammas will take away his attack and his crit if we're running him on, again, say Artificial Life Form, and we wanted to get Android Assault. So, like, we could run Cell Max maybe as, like, a little bit stronger defensively next to, like, Gamma 1, for example. Gamma 1 with this support, have Android Assault up, but it would take away some of Cell Max's attacking power. Okay. And then he gets a guaranteed additional super within the same turn after receiving a super. And, okay. I feel like you'll see that a lot. They were scared of this guy, huh? Because they didn't give him defense on his super attack effect. So he could super turn 1. Cell Max could do 5 super attacks, just immediately 5. And they didn't want him to have 50 billion defense. In order to know exactly how good this guy is gonna be, I'm definitely gonna have to just see, like, okay, start of turn, what is his defense looking like? I mean, he's got 400% just at the start of turn, right? And then he's got 250% right here, too. No, I think this is a character who people might look at and be like, I mean, he looks solid. But once they see his stats in game, they're going to be, holy fuck! I think his defense is going to be super high with all these buffs right here. And then he's going to get another 100% right there. I don't know how effectively we're going to sit him in front of, like, Beast or something like that. Or, like, Gogeta Blue or one of those supers. Let's see what the active is. Scream Explosion. We could use after 4 or more turns have elapsed from the start of battle. And all allies are Artificial Life Form or Super Bosses. Okay. Or 6 turns and all allies are Extreme Class. I mean, that hurts on androids. Because 21 is the android leader. Who? I just want to double check. Wait, no. What's the wrong one? Right here. Yeah, I mean, we're not... Guess what? This might surprise you guys. We're not running Android 13 as an android's leader. So, they created this android character that doesn't synergize super well with the other android characters that are good. That's one thing I'm not the biggest fan of. Like, they... even, like, Artificial Life Form, right? Like, it's like, damn, like, if you're running that team, like, you're gonna want to run the Gammas, probably. I guess we don't have to. I mean, we could... Cell Max is an Artificial Life Form leader. You could run Cell Max as a lead, you know, get, like, some Super Bosses type characters and, you know, the Majin Boos and stuff like that. Okay. It does seem like you're mostly just gonna want to run this guy in Super Bosses. So, he massively raises attack temporarily. Ultimate damage. Then he gets 999% defense, and all attacks are directed to him. There we go. Okay. So, he's got a taunt ability. Like Beast and like Gogeta. And now, we're talking about having a taunt on the team that needs it. So, walk with me for a second. We're fighting Blue Gogeta. We active with Cell Max. Now, understand, he gets 999% defense right there, yeah? Keep in mind that when Beast does his active skill, we've all seen Beast as, you know, literally untouchable when he does his active. Oh, by the way, Beast is only getting 158% defense when he does his active. Cell Max is getting 999%. Now, there is a difference in that. I mean, Cell Max is going to have... he's got 30% damage reduction. When you use this, you're probably not going to be guarding with Cell Max anymore, whereas Gohan is guarding, right? Gohan is always guarding, and he's going to have damage reduction. But, I mean, again, you guys see the difference. So, Cell Max, active skill, taunts, it's going to do... I mean, probably good damage. It's nothing crazy. He's not stacking or anything. Like, it'll do good damage. But then, you know, you could just have the Rosés go crazy in slot 2 and 3. Cell Max takes all punishment. Once we start talking about the taunt added to super bosses, that's what super bosses needed. This is what they need. They needed a character who, all right, we're towards the end of the Kid Buu fight. He's now supering for 5 million. You know, Rosé's good. He's not taking that. You know, like Broly's good. He's not taking that. Well, Cell Max will be taking it. This does look like what super bosses needed to me. I do think this guy, for a short period of time, is going to be a little bit potentially underrated by people, because I think his defense, his start-to-turn defensive stat is going to blow people away. He's at 650%, just boom, right away. Then he could build up this extra 100. Like, the build up with attacks and getting hit, that's just to replace the intro buff, which he loses after 3 turns. He's got an AoE, so he's good for the new Bardock event as well. Potentially, like, World Tournament or something like that. Yeah, he looks good. Hold on. If we're... Okay, I'm really, like, thinking here. No, I always flash this up on screen and then tell people... You know, like, don't go too crazy about this. This is many months ago now. Like, I would change a lot of these around. I think Cell Max might be number 4 overall in the game. I think he could be. I'm going to want to use him a bit. But I think, like, this is the same, even right now. I would have Gogeta at 4, besides the fact that I think Cell Max is now 4. And then I probably would have Gogeta at 5. And then the rest I'd probably change around quite a bit. Like, these last couple down here, I would change around a lot, but I think Cell Max could be right there. This ability is just the taunt. And, I mean, we're probably just going to be running super bosses. So, we're going to have this on turn 4. Like, it's like turn 4. So, if he starts out on the second rotation, turn 2, you've just got the taunt. And he can protect everyone. I think his damage should be pretty good, too, considering how defensive he should be at a lot of points. Yeah, I don't know. He looks potentially very good to me. This is a yellow coin LR, too. I was not anticipating him to be this good, I don't think. Yeah, the guard is only for the first 3 turns. He's got that additional... Gets the key in attack as he attacks, key in defense as he gets hit. He does have another built-in additional just there. Yeah, if all allies are super bosses, like, that's not a problem right now. Like, super bosses with this guy added to it. I mean, and remember, like, Super Easy Goku Black and Rosé Goku Black, one big thing they needed was a Big Bad Boss's character to help them out. That's Cell Max is going to be a strong Big Bad Boss's ally to help them out. Like, again, this guy's slot 1 and then Rosé in slot 2. Rosé, by the way, does have Nightmare, right? Rosé does carry Nightmare? Yeah, he does. So they'll have Fierce Battle, Big Bad Bosses, and Nightmare together. I mean, and again, Rosé just sitting there being mostly a damage character, while Cell Max absorbs all the shit. Now, to me... Rosé makes a little bit more sense now when we consider him under Cell Max's umbrella. You just do this, Cell Max protects him, and he says, hey, watch these 10 super attacks. I'm liking this. Yep, chat. Yep. We could say it. They cooked. They cooked. He's looking like a big boy.